So guys, we're going to be taking a journey back to Pandora in this video, and we're going to be talking about Avatar 3, or as it's better known, Avatar Fire and Ash. Whether you love or hate this series, you can't deny that what James Cameron has done with the cinematic going experience behind this franchise, he's pushed the technology forward. The physics, the effects, the CGI, it's just awe-inspiring to behold this world of Pandora, especially when you watch it in IMAX on the big screen. It's just incredible what he's done with it. So guys, we're going to jump into this comicbookmovie.com article. We're going to break down some new information regarding Avatar 3, and we've got some brand new concept art images which show what's in store for us in this movie as well. So let's get into it and let's break down this information. So Avatar Fire and Ash, breathtaking new concept art, takes us to previously unexplored corners of Pandora. So it seems that with every new movie, we're getting a new kind of tribe, a new aspect, a new look at the culture of the Na'vi. In the first movie, it was the forest version of the Na'vi. The second, it was the water people. And in the third, it's going to be like an ash-based kind of culture that are based around volcanoes, kind of the fire element. So we're looking at the Na'vi from different aspects, different types of culture within the Na'vi. So it's very, very interesting. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it exciting. And like I say, different cultures, different way of life. So it's very, very interesting to see how they're going to tackle that. So James Cameron has showed up at D23 Brazil by video earlier today to confirm that Avatar Fire and Ash, the third installment in the hit franchise, is now officially in post-production. 5 gorgeous pieces of concept art have since been released, offering a better idea of what to expect from the new corners of Pandora. We'll explore in the next chapter of the filmmaker's epic sci-fi saga. We'll get to those images in just a sec. So Cameron mentioned that the Ash people are a reflection of the worst side of the Na'vi. So it looks like we're going to be looking at the worst that the Na'vi culture has to offer here. When it says the worst side, does it mean like the most tribal, the most kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the most kind of deeper kind of darker side of the Na'vi, where they don't like outsiders, they really hate people, they treat each other badly. When it says the worst side, I'm not exactly sure what that's kind of appealing to, but it'd be interesting to dive into that regardless. So suggesting he pulled inspiration from the reality when he noted, "We have a lot of anger and a lot of rage in the world we live right now." The prequel's other newly introduced Na'vi tribe will be nomadic and travel through the air. However, the Ash people were destroyed by volcanic eruptions, so they resent nature and everything the forest Na'vi preach. So that's really interesting. So they're completely juxtaposed to the first Na'vi tribe of the forest people we met in the first movie. They completely hate nature. They hate everything to do with it. They were destroyed by volcanic eruptions, so they resent nature. They resent people who kind of see nature as this kind of deity, this goddess type of character, which is what the forest Na'vi do, as we saw in the first movie. And also it says here that we've got a nomadic kind of tribe who travel through the air. So that's kind of interesting, looking at those two different cultures. I think that would be very interesting to dive into. Avatar Fire and Ash was shot back-to-back with 2022's Avatar The Way of Water. Absolutely makes sense. Of a scale of this production of this scale, I should say. Shooting movies back-to-back, you're going to be saving money, rather than kind of hiring all the cast and crew, making one movie, and then years later having to hire them all back again. Just keep them on the books, make one film, and then straight after, you've got all the equipment, all the cast, all the crew, all the visual effects people on board. So just, you know, roll straight into the next movie, and you're going to save yourself a hell of a lot of money and time. So absolutely, it makes sense. While Cameron originally planned for them to be one movie, he soon realised that there was too much material and expanded the story across 2 parts and 3, and a 4th installment is also in development. When you look at how much money these movies have made at the box office, billions and billions and billions of dollars, absolutely, they're going to go all in on this franchise, make as many movies as they possibly can. You know, he's pushing the technology forward when it comes to the cinematic experience. People seem to enjoy these movies. They come out in flocks. As I say, if the box office is anything to go by, then it shows how damn popular these movies are. There's a lot of haters online that say a lot of bad things about the Avatar franchise. I've never understood it. The action's great, the dialogue's great, the narrative's great, the CG. I find everything across the board is just spectacular cinematic going experience. But that's from my point of view. You may feel different, and you know, that's fair enough if you do. So in the prequel, Jake and Neytiri will encounter the Ash people, a new clan of the Na'vi. Though that's really all we have in terms of the official plot details right now. So if they're meeting the Ash people, who are the worst side of the Na'vi, how is that encounter going to go? Are they gonna, you know, the Na'vi, are they gonna try and kill Jake and Naturi? You know, the worst side of the Na'vi. I don't know what that entails or how that's gonna look or how that's gonna play out, but it's definitely going to be an interesting time to jump back into Pandora. So Cameron has devoted his career to the Avatar franchise for close to 2 decades now. For fans of the ambitious sci-fi franchise, exploring more of Pandora is an exciting prospect. And for Disney, it's likely means another massive box office hit next Christmas. Absolutely it will. We've got the cast list here, guys. I'm not going to read that because I'll butcher all the names. So have a pause and read at your own leisure if you want to. Avatar Fire and Ash movie remains on track to be released December 19th, 2025. I tell you what, 2025 is going to be a stacked year for movies. We've got Superman, we've got Fantastic Four, we've got Avatar. There's so many big hitters coming out in 2025. It's going to be such an insane year. But anyway, guys, with all that information and those details down, we're going to jump into these concept art images and see what we can learn about the movie. So, coming over here to X, this is our first image here. So, this is the fire and ash people, I would assume, here. So, it looks like we've got this rocky outcrop in the background. We can see all the kind of the winged beasts, obviously, that they fly around on, kind of perched on top. They've got fire pits. They've got these kind of makeshift kind of huts here, built out of straw. It looks like they're on the beach, or on the coast, at least. We've got this kind of stony ground. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. You can see the red represented on their clothing for the fire and ash kind of symbology, if you like. And the fire pits are very prominent, kind of giving that kind of fire and ash kind of feeling. Obviously, the ground looks like ash, whether it's dirt or actually ash. Obviously, the fire and ash is very prominent in the image. And that's exactly what we get here. Again, it looks like something straight out of the Avatar movie, exactly what you would expect it to. The reds, the fire, the ash, everything that we expect from this kind of tribe. So, moving on to the second one, we have this beautiful image here. It looks like we're back with the water people from the second movie. It looks like we've got kind of whales in the ocean. It looks like the ocean is glowing. We've got people on these small little boats. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, some sort of ceremony, or potentially a funeral, or something like that. Maybe the whales here are communicating with them, telling them that trouble is on the way. It could be any number of things, but just to look at this image, it looks beautiful. The contrast of the light blue, the dark purples, and just really stands out. It looks really, really nice. And I always appreciate that the concept artists who work on these kind of artworks and how they come up with this kind of stuff, they've got real great talent. Moving on to the third image. So this is showing us the nomadic tribe. The nomadic tribe who kind of fly around on these blimps. And I'm not sure what these blimps are made out of. Are these some sort of material that's inflated? Or is this actually a creature of Pandora that they use to fly around with? I'm not actually 100% sure. It could potentially be an alien creature of Pandora that they just attach these kind of baskets to and then fly around with. Or, like I say, it could be an invention of their own that they pump sort of hot air into. Kind of like helium balloons, like what we do. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm not really sure. If any of you guys know, jump in the comment section and let me know. Again, the contrast of images, the sun kind of setting or rising here, the planets in the background, this winged flying thingy here. We've got the two Na'vi here at the bottom, the beautiful kind of low, glowing kind of sea at the bottom, and the rocky outcrops. Absolutely stunning. Beyond belief. I love this artwork. Okay, moving on to the fourth and final image. Again, we're kind of in the sky of Pandora, in amongst the rocks. We've kind of seen this scenery from the previous 2 films. Absolutely beautiful, stunning out rocks with all the kind of the greenery, the plants all over them. And we have the nomadic tribe again, kind of flying around in these blimp things almost. Again, I'm not sure if these are actually alien creatures or some sort of material that they inflate themselves, but it's going to be interesting to see some sky battles. I'm sure some are going to take place where they're going to be fighting on these, kind of like a pirate, almost like a pirate adventure where we're kind of like, instead of in the seas, we're kind of in the sky instead. But we have these airships where they're going to be sort of jumping onto the airships and fighting each other. That would be kind of interesting. But yeah, guys, so that's the 4 images that we have. One from the Ash and Fire tribe here. One in the kind of the ocean here that's glowing up with the whales and kind of like a, kind of almost like a ceremonial thing going on. Then the third one, we have the nomadic tribe flying in their flying contraptions over the ocean here with 2 Na'vi at the bottom. Then the fourth and final one, the rocky outcrops in the sky, the beautiful kind of clouds, the greenery around the rocks, and we have the nomadic tribe in their flying contraptions flying around the rocks. Imagine the view from on top of one of these. It would be absolutely spectacular. But that's kind of where we are, guys. So that's the information there. It looks like we're going to be meeting the Fire and Ash tribe. They were destroyed by volcanic eruptions. They resent nature and everything the Forest Na'vi preach. So they hate the Forest Na'vi. They're completely opposed to what they preach and the way they live their life. So when we get the Fire and Ash tribe encountering the Forest Na'vi, it's going to be all hands off. It's going to be crazy. They're probably going to end up fighting each other, and it's going to be, you know, all kinds of chaos. But sign me up, guys. I love this franchise. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be there day one, watching this on IMAX, the biggest screen, the best sound. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be incredible. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about these images. What stands out to you with these images? Is there anything that you can pick up on in these images that maybe I missed? What image to you stands out as the most exciting as well? And are you generally interested in more Avatar films? Or do you think that this franchise is kind of over and done with? That it's past the sell-by date? Whatever your thoughts are, I cannot wait to hear as always, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe before you leave. And I will see you, as always, in the next video. Cheers for now.